Yeah, this is Iceman D.B.H. I just skipped class, the progress report.
The progress report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl Lola Shepherd. This is another episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report, man. And today I got Iceman D.B.H. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? I see you wearing that New York on your chest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I'm from New York, Brooklyn, East New York, New York representative and all that, yeah.
For sure. Big respect, big respect. Well, I watched the interview you did with my folks over off the porch, you know what I mean? But I definitely want to ask you just, a question. Just, tell us about your name. Why did people start calling you the Iceman?
The Iceman? It's like, I was always, like, my neighborhood, it was always a lot of stuff going on. Like, it was a lot of activity going on, like, a lot of crime and stuff like that. A lot of stuff was going on in my neighborhood. And I was, like, always cool, laid back and stuff like that. You feel me? I was calm or whatever. But people knew, like, not to cross me or whatever, because they know it could get critical, it could get crazy. You feel me? They was like, nah, he a little cold-hearted. Like, he not just gonna let certain things slide. So they was like, that's the Iceman. Like, he a little cold. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
Yeah. So.
And the D.B.H?
D.B.H, yeah, they call me the big homie and all that in my neighborhood where I'm at and stuff like that. So, they was like, yo, the big homie is a little too long. So they was like, yo, break it down, make it shorter, D.B.H and stuff like that. You feel me? I was like, all right, cool. That's cool. That sound calm.
Nah, for sure. And that's the talking piece too. It get people to wonder, like, you know what I mean? What that mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, respect that. Now, I want you to tell me about, writing poetry early on, and that eventually translating to you doing music.
I was like in probably second grade, third grade, and our teachers used to like tell us to express ourselves and all that, and write and express our thoughts and our feelings and stuff like that. So they used to be like, yo, we want to teach you how to do poetry. So I used to read like different books and stuff like that, and I look at like different poems that different people wrote and stuff that they talked about. And after I started putting poems together, and I started like rhyming, putting words together. I started from poetry to me writing like little small stories and stuff like that, putting stories together. And then it went into me putting words together musically and starting trying to like rap and like put it with a beat and stuff like that. So I started early on like poetry, expressing myself. Yeah.
Respect. Now, coming from New York, man, I feel like y'all are back in a comfortable space, in the talks of music and hip hop again. Now, what's your thoughts on the current music scene in New York?
I like what's going on, in the current music scene in New York. I see that a lot of people, they coming out and they bringing that New York sound back and stuff like that. Then we got people that still with the drill music and stuff. I mean, the drill is cool and stuff like that, but I don't want to keep on, talking about the ops and all that, spinning blocks and what you gonna do to somebody you see and all that. I'm trying to make good quality music for people that, like good music, like party songs and stuff like that, club bangers and stuff like that. Like, it ain't always gotta be about, catching the op or spinning a block on somebody. Like, people are starting to get a little tired of it, So I'm trying to switch it up, something different or whatever and all that. Like, I got songs for many different occasions, whether it's you talking about love, the streets and stuff like that, like motivational music. So I try to switch it up, even though I can't be on that type of time with the drill, because if you listen, like, my new single, Henny No Chaser,
yeah,
it's stuff being talked about in there, but we're not just talking about that. That's not like the main topic. We're talking about, your preference of drink being Henny without the chaser. So,
hey,
we
like cognac over here.
Yeah, I like cognac. Yeah, yeah.
Nah, respect. Now, I was going to ask you about drill, too, so I respect that perspective, because I think, like you said, it can't just be all that all the time.
Yeah, it can't be all the time. Like,
hell nah. Got to be diverse, so I respect that.
Gotta switch it up a little bit.
For sure. Now, tell me what's your opinion just on seeing how social media is impacting hip-hop, just looking at, like, a Casanova or Tekashi or just, Thug and you know what I mean, just seeing how it's happening.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful of your surroundings. You gotta be careful who you dealing with. Like, people that you choose to surround yourself with on a daily, who you got, taking care of your business and stuff like that, who you communicating with on a daily, cause everybody watching. Like, once you're in the entertainment business and you're in the industry and stuff like that, everybody's watching all your moves and everything that you're doing. So, you know, and best believe the police is watching. If you have any type of criminal history and you got stuff that went on in the past or things that's going on presently, they watching, especially the hip hop police, they watching. They, you know, because other people got beef or other people got other stuff going on. So they probably looking into all the rappers now that's talking on that type of time, like that's being in the streets and shit. So you gotta be careful.
That's facts. And you know, I know you did some time too. So could you tell me, like, what was your biggest learning lesson from that, and what was some of the biggest adjustments when you came home?
My biggest lesson I learned when I was in jail is that, you know, everything, I'm in control. Like anything that I want to do in my life is going to happen because I put myself there. Or I put myself in a position for me to be engaged in certain activities or being around certain people or accomplishing certain things. It's ultimately up to me to put myself where I want to be at. So I don't never want to put myself in a position where somebody has control over me and whether I eat, sleep, where I sleep at, where I gotta go, or, you know, basically having a plan for my life. I want to have a plan for my life. I don't want nobody else having a plan for me. So I already felt like when I got out that I wanted to stay out. I didn't want to go back to jail. And the transition for me coming out of jail to coming home, I felt like, you know, I wanted to do things different, and I wanted to do, you know, bigger and better things than what I was doing before I got incarcerated. So, yeah.
I respect that, man. So, like, how long have you been on your musical journey, though?
I've been rapping since I was probably like 9, 10 years old, been rapping or whatever, but I started taking it seriously probably like a couple of years back. You know, I started like going to different clubs, lounges and stuff like that, going to like little parties and stuff, you know, performing, open mics and stuff like that. Then some people that had connections in the industry and at different radio stations started like talking to me, and I started networking with different people in the industry and stuff like that. And I started like doing shows and, you know, doing interviews and going out of town and stuff like that. But I felt like I was being misguided a little bit at first. I didn't really know that much about the industry and what was going on until I started like connecting with the right people and getting more knowledge in the game. And then everything started progressing after that. I started moving up and doing like bigger and better things and stuff like that. And I knew like how to conduct myself and how to go about different things business-wise, like with my music and stuff like that. That's why I created, you know, my label, got the Hard Body Paper Chaser Records, got the LLC, got my stuff registered, put together and stuff like that. So I'm trying to, you know, go to the next level with it. But yeah, so after that, I had a little management situation that was going on between me and you know, Trill Ent. You know, I was dealing with them for a little while and stuff like that. You know, they affiliate to like Little Webby, Boosie and all them stuff like that. So we was dealing with each other, and then we had a little fallout. Things wasn't looking good. And I felt like that wasn't where I wanted to be as far as somebody managing me. I didn't want to deal with them no more like that. So I kind of fell back, and I continued my journey and my music career, and I kept it pushing forward. But I met a lot of people and stuff like that from like down south, like Florida, Tennessee, and all that. You know, North Carolina, different artists. Yeah, so I'm around. Yeah.
Respect. So you brought up open mics. Like, what's your opinion on open mics?
My opinion, it's cool when you first like coming out and you wanna, you know, get yourself out there, stuff like that, and you want to network and you want to be heard, you want people to know that you know, you an artist, you know, and you doing your music thing. But after a while, it's like you got to start, you know, doing your own thing. I get to your own bag, so it's like you should be getting your own shows put together and stuff like that. You know, doing your own shows, getting, you know, trying to make money. And find different ways to make money doing your music or using your art. So on your own, that's how I feel like. So. For sure.
How would you say your hometown support is for you?
My hometown support, I feel like my neighborhood support me, and like different people around the boroughs and stuff like that in New York, they always hitting me up or hit me in my DM, or they watching what's going on with me, and they telling me like they like what I'm doing. You know, they seeing me, they watching everything that's going on, they see the progress. Yes. And they see that, you know, I'm taking the music thing seriously, and they see where I came from when I first came home to now, how much I've done and how far I've went and stuff like that. And they say that they proud of me. They like what I'm doing and stuff like that, and they feel like you know, influencing other like kids that's younger than me and stuff like that want to do the rap thing to do the same things that I'm doing or moving in the way that I'm moving and stuff like that. So they like it, they feeling it, they like the movement and stuff like that.
Nah, respect. Which which music platform do you feel like you missed the most between Rap City and 106 and Park, and why?
I think I mixed 106 and Park. I ain't gonna lie, cause I used to come home like after school and stuff like that when I was younger, and I used to be like, everybody used to be getting ready, like, yo, 106 and Park about to come on, like we about to tune in.
Facts.
You see the countdown and stuff like that, see all the videos, and then they got different people coming up there getting interviewed, and then on Friday, you already know what's gonna happen Friday. They got the freestyle battle, Freestyle Friday, so everybody was waiting for that. Everybody had their boards up, their little signs in the crowd. Everybody was like, yo, I'm hype, I wanna go up there. Everybody will leave, bring all their friends and stuff like that, go to 106. So that was a good thing for the youth, you feel me? Like I feel like they need to bring something like that back out for the youth and something like that, so people could come together and we could build the hip hop culture back up to where it used to be. Because now I feel like it's nothing like that really going on. So they need something like that. Yeah.
Facts, man. Yeah, nah, it's crazy, man. Both of them were huge. I personally miss Rap City most, but both of them, like you said, man, just brought music together. It was just that perfect medium from, Southern, West Coast, whatever. So I'm with you. I'm with you. Now, your last project was released in 2020. When can we expect another body of work, or are you really focused on releasing singles?
Now my last single, the Henny No Chaser, was released like last year, whatever. So I'm about to release some new songs coming out like right now, like probably around February, March. I'm gonna release some like new music and stuff like that. But right now I've just been promoting the Henny No Chaser, going around, going on my promotional run, talking to different people, networking with people, getting in different like magazines and stuff like that, different blogs and stuff, and talking to different people at different radio stations and pushing it out more and stuff like that. And trying to put together like more shows, getting more shows and stuff like that. So that's what I was doing right now, because everybody hit a record saying it's a hit record.
For sure.
So
it's a vibe.
Like it's a banger. So like I'm just pushing that right now and stuff like that. Produced by my son Dizzy Benko from the Bronx. He produced Lola Brooke song. Don't play with it
dope.
and stuff like that. So he a good producer. He got a couple hits. He did a couple stuff with Pop Smoke and stuff like that too. A couple different artists. Yeah.
Speak on that studio session. What was the vibe like that evening or that day?
That day, all my friends and everybody was in the studio. We was all vibing. We had a Henny in there, a couple
Obviously.
blunts. We was smoking and stuff like that at Henny. So then I started going off, spitting. Everybody like, "Are you going off?" And the engineer, everybody that was in the studio was like, "Nah, this is a hit. This is hard. Like New York. This is what New York sound like for real. So it was like just like a mixture of like drill mixed with the real like hip hop, NY hip hop, like different.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with it.
Yeah. So.
Now, since we talk about New York, I want you to talk about some New York stereotypes, some men and women. That y'all aggressive, y'all cocky, y'all rude. You know what I mean? So can we talk about some of those misconceptions? Is that a misconception or?
You mean when it comes to like, you said when it comes to females or?
Males and females.
Oh, males and females?
Yes.
I mean, it depends on who you run into and they upbringing or how they was brought up. You feel me? Because depending on how they was brought up and who they been around, you might run into somebody that has that aggressiveness when you first run into them. Be like, oh, they mad hyper and aggressive and they talking fast and all that. And yeah. So and they talk with their hands. They talk with their hands a lot. So yeah, I mean that's a New York thing, but it's not everybody. I don't feel like that's everybody that's like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, I do want you to talk about, balancing, like, your personal life and music. I know you raising a girl.
Yeah.
So, talk about just how is that for you, fatherhood, your love life, and then, of course, being music, because that requires so much, too.
Yeah, I mean, I try to, like, keep my personal life a little separate from, like, my business and stuff like that, the music. And I try to keep it in a certain way where I'm not mixing the both. So you'll probably see me like post like certain pictures or whatever, like my daughter and stuff like that, family and everything like that. But I'm not really posting everything that's really going on in my personal life because certain things is personal. Let me like and then other stuff is business. So I I try to do what I do in my everyday life. Try to like keep my close friends, people that I grew up with next to me, people, my loved ones, people that I feel like they really got love for me. I try to keep them close, or try to steer them in the right direction if I feel like they not moving in the right path, and it's vice versa. Like they do the same for me too. So I try to keep my family, my loved ones, and everybody around me and stuff like that. But when it's time to do my business, they know I go to a whole nother different personality. Like when it's time to get down to my business and stuff like that. Like, so I try to keep them separate. Yeah.
Respect. So our platform is called the Progress Report. How do you feel like you progressed lately as a person?
As a person, I feel like I progressed a lot because I started moving more smarter as far as the way I do my business and the way I go about certain things, and it's a learning process. Like it's like I'm constantly progressing and I'm growing and I'm elevating and stuff like that. With everything, the more stuff that I'm learning about the business, and the more people that I'm networking with and getting to know, and the more places I'm getting to go, I'm learning different things. So I feel like I'm making progress just being here, at the Progress Report.
Definitely.
Because it's another platform for me to get out there and for people to know who I am and stuff like that, and for them to finally hear the record, Henny No Chaser, if you never heard it before, or hear my other catalog of music that I already have and things that I've already done. So this is making progress right here, because it's not like I stopped somewhere. I'm coming here, I'm coming to the Progress Report, and then after that, it's going to be something else.
Facts.
So,
Nah, I respect it. I mean, like just any entrepreneur, creative, you got to move around. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Atlanta artists got to go to New York, and y'all got to come here. You know what I mean? So I respect that you tapping in.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, if people haven't listened to your music or tapped into anything that you're doing, why should they?
I mean, because I got the heat. Like, it's fire. Like, my sound different. My sound unique. And, I got club bangers. I got everything, like, and it's like, I got that real New York, so I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm not trying to be like nobody else. I'm not trying to sound like nobody else. What you hear is what you gonna get. Like, I'm not trying to mimic nothing else that's going on. This is my sound. It's either you like it or you don't like it. You feel me? And if you don't like it, it's about probably 1.5 billion other people in the world that's gonna like my music. Even if you don't like it, somebody gonna like it.
Yes.
So, I just want people to know who I am, and I want to continue to promote myself and push myself out there and stuff like that, so people can know who I am. And once they tune into what I already got in my catalog, they gonna tune into the new stuff. So yeah, that's how I'm doing it. And yeah.
No, I respect that. So what can we expect next? I know we still pushing this record, but what you got coming up next?
I got a new single coming out. I'm trying to work on a new album right now and stuff like that. I already have a mixtape out, and I got an EP. So I'm working on an album right now and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out when exactly we gonna drop it. I got a couple people that want to do a couple like features with me, a couple collabs with me and stuff like that. Yeah, I just had my boy up here, Capella Gray. That's my boy. Shout out my son Capella. It's my son. Like, yeah,
it's cool as hell.
Got good vibes and all that. We be in
sure.
the club together, chopping it up. Good. He a good dude. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he out here now too, so dope.
Yeah, I gotta go link up with my bro.
Got
what's up with him and stuff. Yeah.
Got to, man. Well, Iceman, I appreciate you skipping class for me, man. We tapped in.
I appreciate y'all having me and stuff like that. I came all the way out here and showing me love, and I like what y'all got going on. I like the platform and stuff like that.
Big respect.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Progress Report.